Hi friends, good morning. I did not read anything last night. It was kind of an interesting evening. Once I got the vlog done, all of my motivation and energy was just sapped and completely gone. So I just took last night off, didn't punish myself too hard. But my husband gave me my birthday presents early because I have anxiety and I have no chill. Knowing that the presents were in the house just made me want them right this second. And Light Song has to climb on this tower right now because, you know, I'm here and he has to do that. So I'm sorry for the rocky ride you just had. It might still be a little rocky as he settles. And one of the things he got me was this little, like, flippy pillow. So it's meant to just be something where you can prop up like a tablet or a phone or even a book and just have it propped up so that if you're laying in bed or whatever, you don't have to like worry about holding it. It's just there. And I really have been using it a lot. I've been using it mostly to catch up on some Reading Rush vlogs. I watched a few yesterday and then I watched a few this morning. It's about 9 a.m. so it's not too late in the day, but later than I'm normally up and going and reading. Normally by now I at least have the buddy read done, if not more. So yeah, I've been thinking it over and I'm gonna use the read that I squeezed in that I was finishing in this reading vlog. Heart of Blood and Ashes, that's what it is. Heart of Blood and Ashes. I'm gonna use that for my book that takes place somewhere other than where you live instead of Rogue Princess. I want to give Rogue Princess the right kind of mental attention that it needs, and I'm not going to be able to do that in this vlog. I am not in the mood for a YA fantasy. So it's not that anything's wrong with the book. It's that mentally, I need something different. Right now, I need romance and I need manga. Those are the two things that I need to read right now for my own like mental health because they just give me all the happy endorphins. And yeah, so I am doing a YA fantasy in A Blade So Black and I'm not going to be able to do Rogue Princess as well. So we're going to take Rogue Princess off the TBR, but I will be reading it soon. If not in July, then definitely in August. And then we're going to focus on finishing, where to go? Hunting for the Highlander, for a Highlander, because the steam factor, I'm really enjoying it. I like Lindsay Sand's approach to the sexual content within the book. I think it's going to be great. I've still got almost 250 pages in this one. So this, and then Buddy reading my A Blade So Black pages, it's sitting right there. It's just too far out of reach, so I'm not going to pick up and get it. So I'm going to get those read and then finish this. That's going to be the goal for today, and that's all I'm going to push myself to do today. If I feel like reading something other than that, I'll probably... I don't think I'll start Neon Genesis, because I know emotionally that's going to be a ride. So I'm just going to dedicate all of that to tomorrow. But I've picked up a lot of romances and a lot of manga recently, and I've not read that much manga in this vlog. I've only read Phantom Tales of the Night, and I could definitely go for some more manga reading in my life. So I think I will finish up Blank Canvas, and I've got a couple other series where I have just like 1 or 2 volumes to get current or to finish, and I think I'm going to pick up a few of those. So, and those will just be fun things. I do have 1 volume of manga showing up in the mail today, and so I'll just show you that briefly when it shows up, probably in some sort of aesthetic collage later. I'm trying to be better about that. I do think part of my current mood is watching all of the amazing Reading Rush vlogs and feeling like mine is subpar. I do this a lot to myself on any sort of online space. I got discouraged with Bookstagram for a while, even though I was really proud of what I was putting up. And then I'm getting discouraged with my vlogs a little bit because I feel like the aesthetic of my vlogs is not what I want them to be. Not that it's bad, but I want more from them. So you'll probably see me growing, editing a little bit differently throughout this process. So just be prepared for that. Let me know if you like the changes, if you don't like the changes. that kind of stuff. So I just feel like even though I'm putting a lot of effort into my editing, it's still not the level I want it to be, I guess, is where it's at. And then I'm watching all these other vlogs where they do what I want to do, but I'm insecure enough that I don't want to message them and just be like, hey, I want to up my editing game. How do you do that? Like, I just feel like it would feel so cheap and weird and like I'm just trying to rip off what they're doing, and I don't feel like that is okay personally. So anyways, that's where I'm at today. So I'm hoping once I get up and going and moving, some of that just kind of slugs and shrugs off and we can get to a good day. Alrighty, so I've read the buddy read pages for today. I might read tomorrow's buddy pages a little bit later today, but for right now, I'm going to pause. We officially have our Alice character out on a quest now, and I think that's probably what's going to carry the rest of the book, and I'm not sure how this book is going to wrap up. Obviously, I plan on finishing this one up Saturday. So I've got a chunk of pages tomorrow, and then Saturday I'll sit down and finish the rest of it so that it's done in time for the Tell It Again live show on Sunday. If you guys aren't familiar, if you're new, April, Sarah, and I, we host a book club every month where we do some sort of retelling, and our pick this month is A Blade So Black, and we're having the live show Sunday afternoon. I can't remember who's hosting. I'll have to verify with April, but whoever's hosting will be linked down below because I will know by the time you guys are seeing this. It's still good. As I've continued to say in each vlog, the writing is almost simple, and it's just really easy to read quickly. It's easy to stay focused on it, even if I have something else going on. Like I've been watching YouTube videos. I've got dog-eared pages vlog for the last 3 days up right now. It's easy to do something like that while reading because I can still remain focused on this while taking in the information from the vlogs. So from here, I'm going to focus on hunting for a Highlander the rest of the afternoon. And yeah, like I say, I continue to enjoy the smut in this one. So yes, I'm definitely excited for this. And then, so I've got a stack of mangas that I want to finish up or get current on series. And then I've got Scarlet Soul that I obviously can dive into. But I think I'm going to prioritize Blank Canvas and finishing up the 7 Princes of the Thousand Year Labyrinth. I think those are going to be my main manga priorities. Then from there, it would probably be Silver Spoon, then A Witch's Printing Office, then Skullface Bookseller Honda-san, and then Scarlet Soul. So that's kind of the order in which things will be read. So that's kind of my plans for the foreseeable future. Like I say, tomorrow will be a lot of Neon Genesis Evangelion. I may even do, I don't know, I might even save that till Sunday and then just read fun stuff till Sunday and then finish off Sunday with that and have that just be the whole vlog. And as soon as I finish that, we wrap up the reading rush. You know, I think that's what I'm going to do. That's what's going to make my heart happy. So Neon Genesis is going to wait till Sunday. So once I finish hunting for a Highlander, I can read manga. I can start another romance. I've been considering finally diving into Rebel by Beverly Jenkins. And I may very well do that because I'm trying to read a certain number of books from Black authors every month. And I've been doing pretty well so far this month, but I'd love to get one more in. So I think I might start it at least in this vlog. Not today's vlog, obviously, but in this vlog series, in this readathon. Then again, it's only Thursday. I could very well get the whole thing done. Who knows? But anyway, so on to hunting for a Highlander. Okay, friends, so I have some questions from Instagram to answer for y'all. All right, so I put up questions for a Q&A. I thought I wasn't going to have a lot of content for yesterday's vlog, but it was overly long, so we're putting them in today's vlog. So the first question is from my girl Mel, from Mel to the Any, and she says, most excited for manga series. Now, this is constantly ever evolving and changing. I'm always excited for my favorites that are currently publishing for a new volume, but I think one's coming up that I am super excited for. There's a new title coming out from the creator of Inuyasha later this year. It's called Mermaid Saga, and then they'll also be releasing Maison Ikkoku, and I'm really excited for both of those. And then early next year, I believe it's spring next year, we're getting another series in the same world as Dawn of the Arcana, King of Beasts or something. It's definitely dealing with the more like beast side of that world after what happens in Dawn of the Arcana. So it will be a pseudo sequel, but not a true sequel. It's just going to take place in the same world after what's happened in Dawn of the Arcana. So if you want full context, you would need to read it first. But I'm definitely excited. Dawn of the Arcana is a great series, by the way. Super underrated. 13 volumes long. Complete. So good. We love it. All right. And I've got a couple from my friend Maeve Ever Reading. What's a series most people love that you didn't? That's quite a bit of shonen titles, actually. Things like One Piece, I'm trying to love it, but I have to be honest, and I just don't love it the same level as most people. I know that's a super unpopular opinion. But, you know, One Piece is an undertaking, and I don't really love the art. Again, kind of a somewhat unpopular opinion there, so I just need to, like, I don't know. Things like that are probably the big ones. What's a series you're embarrassed to admit you like? I have no shame. I'm never embarrassed to admit that I like a series. Like, I've never been that way. I have no shame with books. I have no shame with the manga I read. Nothing. I wish more people would give these manga a chance. You know, things like Love Massage, I think it's what it's called. It's a josei title out through Kodansha's digital first imprint. There's like 6 volumes of it, but it's basically an erotic massage manga, and I have no shame, but it's fantastic. More people should be reading it. Yeah, I just have no shame. I don't get embarrassed. I read what I want to read. Any embarrassing book or reading habits? I don't think I really have any embarrassing habits. I'm not one to like bend my books back. Not that I can think of off the top of my head. That's something that I've never really considered or thought about, actually. So yeah, I don't think I have any. Again, when it comes to my online platform and space, I don't really have shame about anything I talk about, anything I share, and I don't really have anything when it comes to reading and stuff that I don't share. But that's it for all of Maeve's questions. Then I've got one from Shadow Hunted Wizard, which is my favorite BTS song. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, I do love BTS a lot. And only within the last year, I would consider myself ARMY. Before that, I was just kind of a casual fan. But when it comes to favorite song, God, that depends on the day, man. I mean, I will always love things like Microcosmos and Save Me. Those are probably always going to be in my top 2. Lately, I've honestly been loving on some August D and some Deshita and all that kind of stuff. Like, all of it, like, that whole album is just choice and peak, and I love it. And I really love what's come out on the Japanese album. But yeah, when I think of favorites, I think of Save Me and Microcosmos. Those are the first 2 that come to mind. Microcosmos is obviously a popular one for later ARMY fans, but Save Me is probably the most surprising one to most people, as I'm an RM stan. Like, RM is my bias. I love him to pieces. But I do love Persona too. Like, it's just hard. There's so many, you know, and I always love something with a good beat that it is danceable. So I love things like Dope, and it's just, ugh. There's too many. It depends on the day. So there's some favorites for you. Hikaru Otaku Station asked me, how did you get into reading? Well, I kind of deep dived that in yesterday's vlog, so that will be linked for you to check out so that you can get my whole reading story there. But to sum up briefly, I had a father who was an educator, so they always just encouraged us to read when we were young. And then I go through more details on my journey there. Dustin over at Book Babble asked me, what's your favorite summertime treat? For me, that's just my standard Diet Coke with kiwi in it. And I just find it so refreshing and lovely. And I don't really drink seasonally, I guess. I mean, I'll drink more like cocos and warm drinks in the fall and winter, but typically I drink Diet Coke all the time, and anytime I can get it with kiwi, I do. So that would probably be my answer. I've been defaulting to that quite a bit lately, so that would be my answer. Oh, and this is just a sweet comment. Ali Hoshi is how I want to say that name, or Alioshi, I'm not sure. Not a question, but your wavy hair is beautiful. So in yesterday's vlog, I had done my hair all wavy and then it got rained on. But yes, I just use a 3-barrel wave kind of crimper when I do that. I do have natural wave, that's why it tends to look as good as it does, because my hair will just behave with it. Because if I were to like do it naturally, it would be a similar pattern but crunchy. And I don't like crunchy hair, so I just 3-barrel wave mine. Dynamic Dylan, my buddy Dylan, asked, what inspired you to work in the hair industry? Well, that's kind of a funny story. I started dyeing my hair as a teenager, as most girls at that time did. My mom took me to a professional hairdresser to have my hair dyed anytime. She didn't want me doing box dyes at home, so she always took me to have it done to her hairdresser. And when I was halfway through my senior year, I was sitting down with my hairdresser. She's like, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I had several options. And she asked me, well, have you ever considered being a hairdresser? I'm like, well, it's always kind of been something in the back of my mind. Why? She's like, because I'd hire you in a heartbeat. I'm like, well, wait, what? Are you serious? And within a week, I toured a bunch of different hair schools and picked one out. Knowing that I had a guaranteed job after school was done, and school only took a year if I went full time, like, it was kind of a no-brainer for me. Because at the very least, if I didn't enjoy it, it would help put me through college to get me to something that I would enjoy more. But within the first 6 weeks of school, which is kind of like an orientation where most people, they kind of teach you all the basics at that point, that's when I really fell in love with it and kind of got the bug. It's a very creative job and I really enjoy it, which most people wouldn't think doing hair is creative until they get looking at all the different types of hair that you can do, and it's really fun. And then Stories Upon Shelves asked, most recent favorite reads. Well, the most recent thing that I read that I loved, let me grab it off the shelf, and that's gonna be I'll Be the One by Lila Lee. This was my most recent 5-star read that was book-wise, at least. Manga-wise, it's in the stack of things that I've read today, so we'll talk about that in a minute. But I'll Be the One, this is a really cute rom-com about a Korean teenage girl who lives in America, who basically goes out for a K-pop version of America's Got Talent. They have a singing portion and a dancing portion. She makes it in for both, even though she's plus size and curvy, and she's just there to shine for the world. And through the audition process, she meets a young man named Henry Cho. We love Henry Cho. Everybody deserves a Henry Cho. And both of the main characters, Henry Cho and our main girl, why can't I think of her name? Sky. Both Henry and Sky are on page bisexual, so there's that as well. But anyways, this is the cutest book. I love it so much. Definitely go read it. One of my favorites of the year. And then manga-wise, we'll get to that in a second. But that was all of the questions. I just had a few, so I figured I'd sit here and answer them. So let's talk about what I've read since I last actually talked to you, which I don't think has been since this morning. I am feeling better, but my depression's still trying to rear its ugly head and just like beat me over the head with it. So let's get into what I've read. So I actually completed Hunting for a Highlander. I realized I never gave you a proper explanation of what this book is about. So essentially we have the Buchanan boys, and they're a very powerful clan in the Highlands. And there are 3 single sons left. So basically one of the sisters-in-law thought she would meddle and help matchmake these 3 brothers that were left because she wants to see them happy and married. So when, oh, why did his name just leave me? Jordy. When Jordy comes back after helping his brother get settled into his lands, he comes home to a keep full of women. And women who are vying for his attention at that. And the only one who doesn't seek out his attention is the one he ends up falling for. And her name is Dwin. Dwin is the heir to her own lands, the Innis lands, as you would say. And her neighbor's trying to force Dwin to marry him, even though he's an old codger who's old and mean and abusive. And Daddy doesn't want that, so he brought her to this. And then her sisters thought they would be sweet. They're younger than her. They're 16 and 14, and she's in her mid-20s. So they took in all of her dresses and lowered the hemline at the top so that her bosoms were basically falling out all over the place because they were trying to accentuate the physical part of her that they thought was the most valuable. And so there's a nip slip in the first chapter because of this, and the interactions between Dwin and Jordy were just fantastic. I loved them so much as a couple, and I like how their relationship progressed and how other people's actions affected them coming closer together, because that just felt very realistic and very unexpected to the people causing these problems, and it was fantastically done. I'm definitely going to be reading more Lindsay Sands Highlanders because this was thoroughly enjoyable, and I had a good time with it. Consent was really great. Like, he made sure that she was the one asking him to do things for her before he proceeded. He wanted to make sure it was very clear this is exactly what she wanted before he proceeded. Crystal clear consent. Yay, we love to see it. And I have a feeling all the Buchanan boys will be doing the same. So I do intend to go back and pick up the previous titles and catch up that way, and then go forward from here as well, because the little bit I got to see of the other sisters-in-law I really enjoyed, and so I really want to see how that's all going to play out. All right, let's get into a couple of manga things that I read. So Living Room Matsunagasan Volume 3 showed up. So I did go ahead and reread this. I did read it digitally a while back, and I've just been rereading the physical volumes as they show up, basically. And so I did that this afternoon because, you know what? Matsunagasan is like a snack. He is really tasty. I already did a close-up, so I'm not going to pull it up again. But I really like his art. The art on him is nice. I really like it. And anyways, this is an age gap romance where Matsunaga, he turns 28 in this volume. And then we have Miko, who's in high school. And I think she has a year of high school left. I don't remember. But she has a birthday early on in the series, so I could look that up if I wanted. But I'm too tired to do that right now. But it is an age gap, so this isn't going to be something comfortable for everybody. But essentially, he's really trying to fight against it because he knows she's younger. He's like, I shouldn't feel this way. I'm like her mom right now, because they live in a boarding house together, and he basically runs the boarding house. It's her uncle's boarding house, but he travels for work all the time, so he's not there. And Matsunaga's the one that takes care of things when he's not there. So he keeps trying to say, I'm like her mom. I shouldn't feel this way about her. And it's just cute. I really like how things develop for them. But again, it's an age gap. I'm enjoying this as a grown adult woman. I don't know that I would want my teenage daughter to read this, because I don't want to encourage her to be chasing a guy who's easily 10 to 12 years older than her. So with that said, I'm moving on. And then the 5-star read that we're going to talk about is the final volume of Blank Canvas by Akiko Higashimura. This was beautiful. This whole series has been a love letter to her sensei, this man on the cover. All of the other 4 covers had her on the cover, but this is the only one with him on the cover, and what he meant to her on her journey in her manga creating life, and how it took her almost 3 years to write the series and to draw it out and everything. And it is just so well done. You see Akiko Higashimura come into her own mistakes, her own bad decisions, how she regrets things in her life. Like, this is pure and candid and raw in so many ways. And I love Akiko Higashimura as a mangaka anyway, but this just made me appreciate who she is as a human being even more. And she talks about how she got married and got divorced and has a son and all of these things. And it is so good. So, so good. I highly recommend reading Blank Canvas. One, if you're interested in the process of becoming a mangaka and her journey in it, but also in someone very candidly facing their mistakes and the regrets they feel and how life can change in an instant. And oh, it's just so good. I'm trying to not cry. But this whole series is 5 stars. It is fantastic. So well done. Absolutely love it. I think I'm going to end today's vlog here, which is a little earlier than normal, but I need some time to kind of unwind and decompress after the end of Blank Canvas. And I think I'm going to like just chill out, watch some YouTube videos again for a little bit. There's still some daily vlogs I haven't gotten to yet, as well as other content that my other friends are putting up who aren't participating. And I think tomorrow, I don't know, I think I might just pick up another romance. Maybe another historical. I keep leaning towards Rebel by Beverly Jenkins. I've had it on my Kindle far too long. I really want to read it. So that'll be the most likely scenario where I've removed Rogue Princess from the TBR for now. I've got 2 days of reading A Blade So Black and whatever else I choose to read. And then on the final day, I'll read Neon Genesis Evangelion. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's vlog. It ended up being longer than I thought it'd be, but I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's vlog.